The definition of serendipity is when your friend's wife's friend finds 50-year-old bourbon hidden in the ceiling and then gives it to you to drink. Is 1974 Old Taylor worth it? Let's find out. Welcome back to Arsenic Culture. I'm Matt.
Jason.
Sam.
And Sam is our serendipitous friend that has bequeathed this gift to us. How are you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. How about y'all?
Doing pretty good.
Good. Welcome. First
Thank
time.
you.
First
Yeah,
time.
Yeah. The first question I have is, do you have any other friends with houses to remodel that may have vintage bourbons hiding up in the rafters?
That's a great question. I'm going to start making friends fast. My wife's friends here. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Just like hidden up there, just going through.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's an old house.
It is. Yeah. I feel like 50s. It's on,
Okay.
if you're familiar with Lexington, Claysville Road.
Yeah.
Just kind of over there. And
Okay.
yeah. She was just tearing out stuff in her ceiling.
Did she find like some like pirate treasure and like some diamond
No.
rings and stuff up there too? What else
Empty
was
beer
up there?
cans.
Empty beer cans. Why didn't you bring those on the show?
It's a good question. Could have brought some Schlitz.
Yeah,
cans.
you know what? I still got that Schlitz that I got from.
Where'd you get that?
We did a raffle or something somewhere, and I got that old Schlitz can. I still have
Is it full?
Yeah, I still haven't
damn.
drank that.
I've got a Billy beer from like that when Dallas was popular. I think
Yeah.
it was. I borrowed that from my dad.
Oh, nice. Well, that's
full.
awesome, man. Thanks for coming, Sam. Good to
Yeah,
have you.
thanks for having me.
Good buddy of ours. Our number 8 fan, I'm sure, of the show.
I get the updates. All my phones.
So, what have you been up to, man? What's been going on with you? You've been traveling a lot. You've been you actually did something I thought was very interesting, and I was actually really envious of you for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's probably really tough. You did the rogue life. You like got on the
did.
road, and I just forgot about that. I just remember that now.
Yeah.
You basically just uprooted yourself,
Did.
and you have a family.
I do. Sold everything. Lived in an RV. Worked with my wife, 2 children, 3 dogs, 3 cats.
Damn.
All in an RV.
All in an RV.
Well, you had another vehicle too, though, right? Like you had one pulling
Yeah.
it, and then
Yeah, I had the
Still.
truck and then the other, but yeah, still
Okay.
went down. Spent basically the winter and spring in Florida. Went down to the Keys.
Yeah.
and then work stuff changed. Life changed a little
Yeah.
bit. And we're like, you know what? Housing market's changing. Probably should buy a house before it gets too out of hand.
Yeah.
And came back, bought a house, and now we're looking to buy another RV. But to do a little bit, we're not selling the house.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, let's do it all over again.
no.
Round two.
That
Round
sounds
two.
very
we learned
cyclical.
our lesson. Not selling the house this
Okay.
time.
So was it hard?
Parts of it were hard. The one good thing is, for these purposes, is
Yeah.
beer. Like everywhere
Yeah.
you go, it's different.
Yeah.
But
That is cool.
Yeah, the dogs and the cats, it's not ideal.
Did they
Did they like riding in the car, like your dogs and cats? I say the dogs are pretty good.
The dogs are pretty good. The cats, not
so
so
much.
good. No,
Did
they
you
weren't
leave them
thrilled.
in the trailer or like the?
We started to after a
Okay.
while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they piss and shit in the?
Well,
No.
cats have a litter box, right?
That's true. They have a litter box.
Yeah,
but
well-
yeah, it was a humane situation. It wasn't like it was all good. They
no,
were
no
good.
cats or dogs were harmed in this episode.
We made sure that we checked in. They were good.
Yeah.
But it was a wild ride there for a little while.
Oh, I'm sure.
And,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think we'll do small doses. We'll microdose it in the future. we won't do full bore everybody in the RV at all the time.
So were you glad you did it? Like in hindsight, would you do it
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, I would do it again. It was definitely like some of the best parts of life and the hardest parts of life.
Sure.
I would do it again. If
you
not
got-
for all the lessons learned.
Right.
along
Yeah.
the
But you
way,
got
yeah.
to travel. You said you went down to
Yes.
the Keys, which I love the Keys. They're expensive
I've
when you
never
get
been.
down there.
Amazing.
Never been.
You go across
Yeah.
that bridge and it's like milk goes from like $3 to like $15 really fast. But
Yeah.
where else were you able to go?
Yeah, we basically just made our way around Florida over like the winter and the spring.
Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, we just like did that and just stayed out of the bad weather. And by the time we were like 8-9 months into it,
Yeah.
it was like, we're gonna have to change pace a little bit, do
Yeah.
something different.
I
So
gotcha.
came back up to Kentucky, but yeah, we want to do it again in the future. Just
So the
smaller
RV
parts.
parks, they have like internet, I'm assuming?
yeah, most of them do. I had a Starlink dish for a
Oh,
while.
No,
Okay.
no doubt. That's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that for a while, and it worked really well. Like if you were somewhere super remote,
Right.
and Yeah, shout out
like
Elon
the-
Musk.
It's like those satellite phones they used to have. It's kind of
Yeah.
The ones that were like this big.
yeah,
it
like
was
Michael Douglas in Wall Street. You know,
yeah,
the big board
holding up like a
gecko.
record player to your ear. Yeah,
That's pretty much
awesome.
exactly it. And
Yeah.
it was kind of a weird way of living for a while, but definitely positive.
Very
So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
it's very
interesting.
brave. That's very brave of you.
very brave,
You
yeah.
first said that, and I was like, he's taking his whole family in like a bedroom, and they're driving.
Yeah.
They're gonna drive it around the country. Dude.
Yeah, I'd never even really been camping before.
Damn,
So it was
damn.
like, I was just like, you know what?
Let's see what happens.
Let's get this midlife crisis out of the way in like my mid-30s.
Most people buy
Just
like
knock it out.
Most guys get like a Corvette
Little sport car. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got
Not
like a
Sam.
$200,000-$300,000 camper. Yeah, that's something.
Sold his
I guess.
house.
Yeah,
Pretty much exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
that's awesome. Well, it's good to have you back in the state, in the
Yeah.
city, and
Good to be here.
Good to have you on the show, man.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming.
Jason,
Thank
what have
you
you been
so
up to?
I've been in the jack and shit, but actually I've been scouring the internet for things to drink to try.
Yeah.
Been doing a lot of little beer trading, which is kind of new to me again. You know what I mean?
I
It's
was
been-
like, new
yeah,
again.
but it's been a long time.
It's
I
been a
mean,
while.
you know, the relationships I've made, I don't necessarily trade. It's more of pick it up for me and send something.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
but met a guy online. Sounds it's a bad start to
Yeah.
most movies,
Yeah.
but a good dude.
This is
Good dude.
either
We
going to be
ended
a
up,
romantic comedy or a horror
It's not a lot in
story.
between.
Yeah.
We ended up just making a trade from one bottle, and it morphed into like 5,
Okay.
and
Nice.
and
Oh,
a
yeah.
good future standing. So we're good.
That's
We're good.
always good when you can develop a relationship
Oh,
and
yeah.
like have.
Oh, yeah.
have
Best
Side-
way to do it.
Side project member, phase
Yeah.
3 member. I can't
Mm.
tell
I've
you
never
that.
heard of Side Project. Is that a
I
brewery?
don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should honestly be gifted like a
We need to
gratuitous membership.
We need to
with
start sending them damn clips. Like, listen, we've never said anything bad about you ever.
it. I know. We basically have stock in the company, like physical stock in like
Feels
physical
like it.
bottles. Yeah, we've given them so much money.
So what have you been into, man?
Nothing, dude. Being boring and stupid, just working. Market's insane right now. So like I just work. I work like
Yeah.
I work right now about 13 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Work.
My cousin's a real.
Yeah, I'll do
she's-
like quotation marks. Yeah.
I saw your desk
Yep.
up there. You had like 38 packs of gum.
Yeah. So
Like he's quitting
I
smoking,
have
but he
this-
doesn't smoke.
Sam, I got this thing where, so when I work, I'm a photographer. I take
Yeah.
pictures of houses for real estate listings, and business is great. I'm very fortunate. I don't have as much time to spend doing stuff like this, which is really fun. But you know, when the business is busy, you got to do it. But yeah, my first half of the day is I go out and I take pictures of houses for real estate agents or for whoever, and then the second half of the day, I'm sitting in front of a computer. And I'm editing all those photos and videos. And I find that when I'm sitting down for long periods of time, it's kind of monotonous. I get like kind of bored.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, what's in the fridge? And I'll go over there and I'll get something to eat, bring it back. And I'll just eat perpetually, like just like snack on little things,
Makes
you know,
sense.
like chips and like dip and like just the worst stuff that you could possibly, but the easiest to just grab when you're walking through. So I had this bright idea and I was like, you know what? If I could keep my mouth busy, then maybe I just wouldn't eat a bunch of like
Solid idea.
like
Solid
horrible
idea.
foods.
All right.
So I started I started buying packs of gum, and Icebreakers makes like these like different flavors of like fruit flavors of gum, and they're really fucking good,
They
dude.
have little cubes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They call them ice cubes or whatever, but they got like.
Yes.
So I got on Amazon. Like you can go to the grocery store and they got like spearmint and cinnamon, but then I got on Amazon. They had like tropical punch and like pina
Saw
colada.
orange. Look good.
Yeah, yeah. They had like
Yep.
strawberry daiquiri, and I'm like,
shit. Okay.
holy shit! So I bought. I shit you not, I bought $100 worth of gum, and so I just got a line of these ice cube icebreaker packs on my desk.
That's amazing.
So like when I get hungry, I'll pop in a piece of gum, and each one is like 4 or 5 calories. So like it lasts long enough to where like I'm not shoveling in like 50 calories. You know
You're
what I
gonna get
mean?
lockjaw.
Yeah, well, yeah, I got strong jaws, but
That's what I've heard.
but yeah, it has actually worked for the most part, except for when I'm not eating gum, I'm still going over and getting food. So now I got the worst
fair.
of both worlds. Yeah, so I'm just putting on weight and working. That's all I'm doing.
fair.
It's
Yeah.
good getting fat and sassy.
That needs to be an icebreaker's flavor. I'm gonna start that fat and sassy when you need to lose weight. Nope, not gonna happen. So, anyways, I want to open this bottle here. This
Yeah.
Old Taylor
Yeah.
86 proof.
Let Sam open it.
the
He's
last-
the one that acquired it for
Yeah,
us.
definitely. The
Could be.
last time we that I remember trying an old dusty Old Taylor was my birthday.
Yeah.
Over at
Is it Bluegrass Tavern or what was it called downtown?
Yeah, Bluegrass Tavern. Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's
off like the square. What not square?
Yeah, it's Fifth Third
whatever it's called.
Pavilion.
Yeah, pavilion.
Yeah, yeah. And Jason was with you. It was my birthday like 6 or 7 years ago, and they had a big dusty bottle, and there was like this much. There was like one finger left in the bottom of the bottle.
Nice.
And I asked him, I was like, if I order that, can I have the bottle? He's like, no, I can't do that, man. I can't do that. And we talked him down. Jason helped talk him down. Eventually, like he was like, yeah, that's fuck it, whatever. So yeah, we got that, and I still got that dusty bottle up there. But that's the last time we've had, and that was like 6-7 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, I'd say at least.
It was so good. It was really good.
That's awesome.
I think it was actually the same as this one. So 86 proof, the 6-year-old age stated.
Right.
Fantastic bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sam's going to crack this sucker open. I'd say
the tack strip is holding on by its
By a
dear
thread,
life here. So
Yeah. Keep going. I'm gonna check this camera.
there you go. Oh, easy off.
peasy.
No pop.
There we go.
No nothing. Just a screw top.
That's right.
Man. I mean,
Smells
just
pretty
the
great.
way they make the bottles. I mean, just looking at that
Yeah.
looks fantastic.
I love it. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Now,
You're gonna carry that around in your back pocket. If that's gone now.
I'd say it's what
Try to
happened
refill
to
it,
the builders
take it with
that were
Yeah.
working on the house. They
Uh-huh.
probably had it up there
That's
with the beer,
cool.
just forgot about it.
And
you
that
know?
is serendipity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So this one's from 1974. We saw that from the bottom of it, glass stamped. A lot of times this could possibly be older.
Yeah.
It could be newer than that, but I'd say 74 is pretty accurate. Sometimes they would use leftover stock or something like that. This is 86 proof, 6 years old, so roughly distilled in 1968.
Yeah.
A 50-year-old bourbon, at least, that's bottled on this year. Give me a little pour, too. So this one was actually distilled. Do you know where this one was distilled at, Sam or Matt?
Kentucky.
It is Kentucky.
Didn't know.
Do you know where it's distilled, though?
Is it the old Castle and Key?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Castle and Key. So the Old Taylor Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky. Yep.
It actually says it on the back right here. I could have just read it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Old Taylor Distillery Company.
Shit, I looked it up.
Well, good for you. You confirmed it anyway.
I could have got that in like 30
you
seconds, but
confirmed
no,
it anyway.
no.
That's okay.
So anyway, it's now home of Castle and Key. I tried to do a little digging on this one, like how much would this bottle cost in 1974?
Right.
Either of you have a guess? I mean, I have an educated guess, but
This bottle, this flask.
yeah. So it's a
half
pint,
pint, yeah.
half pint.
in
Sorry,
1974.
No, is that a pint or a half pint?
What is it?
Does it say?
Half.
Is it half? Might be. Hell, I can't tell.
Half
Yeah,
pint.
yeah,
It's
okay.
half pint. It's a
Damn,
half
it's a
pint.
nice looking bottle.
It is.
So
It's
what do you
actually
think that would
stamped.
cost in 1974, Matt?
I'm gonna say. And by the way, you can see this. Do you see the stuff swirling around in there?
Yeah.
Ooh, got the good sediment going.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So half pint 1974. I'm gonna say $1.50.
What do you think, Sam?
That's a good guess.
It's a good solid guess.
Price is right. $1.49.
Yeah, dollar. Yeah.
$1.51.
My guess, yeah, I'd say about $2 is what I would say.
So honestly, you all both are right. So actually, where I educated guess was between $1.50 and $2. Yeah. So now I don't even think they make pints or half pints anymore.
Yeah.
This would probably be $12 to $15 if they did make this one. Was my best guess on it.
Yeah.
But man, I can't believe we found this one. Looking at price now, if you were to try to buy this, so if this was a fifth, a 750 milliliter, you would probably be about $4.50 for it, cost wise.
Right.
So for a half pint with a little bit of leakage, you're probably looking $120, $150, somewhere around there. So still, expensive in today's terms, considering they paid probably $2 for it.
I know you're wanting us to wait while you finish reading, but we
you're
jumped
good.
right in.
I want you to.
Yeah.
Sip off here. All right.
That's disgusting. This actually, it tastes a lot like the one that we did
does.
on the birthday. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like, it's really smooth.
Yeah.
You expect a little bit of burn, but I don't, being the first sip,
Sure.
beer don't count.
Yeah.
Beer does not count.
But yeah, it's just like a little bit at the very beginning, but then it's just like silk. It's like Kessler.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like Kessler.
Smooth silk, baby.
just goes
Smooth
right down.
silk.
It's almost like a nice little apple juice. Just
Yeah.
like mild apple
That's-
juice.
that's a good
Yes,
descriptor,
That is a good
actually.
descriptor.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Very mild,
good.
very tasty. An 86 proof. Look at the color on that for 86 proof. I mean, you saw a little sediment in the bottom, but honestly, it's relatively clear.
Yeah. It is.
For this time. So
Yeah.
I mean, with the leakage, a little bit of the air getting in there, a little oxidation, it's still a really good
Really
pour.
good.
Yeah.
So do you want to learn some things about the Colonel?
I would love to.
Ooh,
E.H.
I
Taylor?
don't know anything about the
Okay,
Colonel E.H.
okay.
Taylor. All right.
So the dude, first off, was credited as the founding father of modern bourbon.
Shut the fuck up, really?
Is he the bottled and bond guy?
That's next, Sam.
Oh,
You're ahead of me.
he's
Are you
jumping
reading
ahead,
my notes? Are you reading my highlighted notes?
He's
on my
teeing you up.
page?
He's teeing you up. He wasn't briefed on this at all.
He was
right.
also credited with influencing on passing the first Bald and Bond Act.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now here's where it gets a little interesting for E.H. Taylor. Born in 1830, his father passed away in 1835. He was sent to live with his distant relative in New Orleans. Any idea who that distant relative was?
Is it going to be a Sazerac randomly?
Zachary Taylor. You know that guy?
Oh.
That is a U.S. president.
That's right.
He is also one of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I believe.
Sure. We'll give him.
I think it was.
I think you're right, actually.
It was like the
yeah.
Black Ranger, I
Is that
believe.
like his real name?
I think it was the Black Ranger.
That's
Am I right?
I think that's right.
I don't know. We'll say yes. He had a top hat like E.H. Taylor. He wore that.
He did not. He was a black guy. He was the Black Ranger.
Okay. So Zachary Taylor was the 12th president of the U.S. He was only president for a year and 5 months, and he passed away.
Oh, wow.
So the dude has lost his dad, now his distant relative who was a president. So he gets sent back to Kentucky to live with Edmund Haynes Taylor, so E.H. Taylor. That's where he got his name from. So he followed in the footsteps this guy he's living with now. He opens his own bake and started lending distilleries money. So that's kind of how he got into the bourbon business.
Interesting.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
So then he opened a distilling company, and he went abroad to study European distilling industry. Went to Scotland, Ireland, Germany, even beer. And what he really brought back was the copper. So he brought back the equipment, learning what they did,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
the column stills. He really was like kind of thought of as a quality guy. Go ahead.
Huh. So,
Look
like,
confused or questions?
was he like the founder of Bottle and Bond or the founder of bourbon?
So, I mean, he's considered his founding father of modern bourbon. So
Jesus.
his whole backstory, and we'll get to a few more points here,
Right.
but it talks about he really modernized
Gotcha.
distilling and made it like great. I mean,
Right.
he didn't
Yeah.
spare any expense.
Okay.
And that kind of brings us down here in a little bit.
Okay.
So he bought the Leestown Distillery in Frankfort, Kentucky. He renamed it Old Fire Copper, OFC.
Okay.
Do you know what that is today, Matt? In Frankfort, Kentucky.
That's going to
Frankfort, Kentucky.
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo
Real
Trace.
fancy.
Buffalo
Yeah.
Trace.
Yeah.
So we actually got to do, not too long ago, the E.H. Taylor tour. So you get to go in his area, the OFC, the Old Fire Copper area,
Yeah.
where they actually distilled it. So, well, they had the distill in place, and they had those big vats. So now you have like I don't know what the hell you call them, but vats full of bourbon.
Yeah.
Back then they had them cut into the ground. So it's like concrete or
Gotcha.
whatever limestone there.
Yeah.
And all of that's in there. They actually make
Interesting.
some there. They still use it. They, of course, redid it when they found it.
Are you saying
But-
that the bourbon or the mash or the wort or whatever it is at that
Sure.
point is touching limestone?
Well, so I think back then, I'm not sure if it was limestone or copper. I'm not sure how they had it lined.
Okay.
I think now they have the tank. It's a square tank.
Right.
That's like concrete, and then I think it was copper around it.
Okay.
I could be wrong with the
Okay,
details,
okay,
but
okay.
it's pretty cool. Like
Yeah,
when you
that
go in
is-
there and see
that is
And
cool,
they
yeah.
make small batches there now, like experimental stuff
Yeah.
for the OFC brand.
I feel like I've seen OFC on a bottle. Has that been like
You have.
reintroduced?
It is, and it's very expensive, very small run stuff.
Oh,
So
okay. Is that a Buffalo Trace product?
it is
as well?
Buffalo Trace
Okay.
product. Very cool, very cool.
Have you
So
had it?
I have not actually.
I've never
Shockingly.
seen one in person.
I've never seen one in person.
How
either.
expensive are they?
Ooh.
Thousands. Just retail,
I
not
think
even
retail's
not even secondary.
Sam, I'm going to need you to
$7, $8, $9.
ask some of your friends to remodel their houses to see if we can get any to
Got the
fall.
OFC bottles.
We need to probably
Just,
wait 20 years.
No, with his luck, they'll just be like, brand new bottles falling out of
Right.
like brand new houses. So,
Create
So
a chart.
back to OEH. So quality was what he's looking for. So he tore down the whole damn distillery,
yeah.
rebuilt it new, focus on greatness, a lot of innovations. Shockingly, he went bankrupt.
No.
So he
And
was,
he had the bank too, right?
he did at one point. That's a bad.
So he
banker.
lost. He's like he lost two
no.
businesses.
That's a bad banker right there, man. Keep going. You're good. So then they were purchased by the STL Group or St. Louis Group, I guess. So the name from that is Stag. So Stag from Buffalo
Yeah.
Trace, right? But when he bought that, they did not get along very well. So E.H. Taylor, after a while left, and he got the J. Swigert Distillery. Then he changed the name to Old Taylor Distillery.
Okay.
and then had the signature look of the castle.
Interesting,
So
okay.
present day Castle and
Nice.
Key, right? From there, he had they were closed in 1917. Dudes had some bad luck, right? Lost a father,
Yeah.
lost like 2 other people, bankrupt.
Lost a couple businesses.
Yeah, like shit. So Prohibition made them close in 1917. In 1987, they quit distilling altogether, like Jim Beam had bought them during that time. And in 2009, the Taylor brand was bought by Buffalo Trace, and then Castle and Key opened in 2014.
1987, that was right at the apex of the glut period, wasn't it?
That's probably
Right
the end, because I think they quit making Wild Turkey decanters in 91. So I'd say 87 was
It was like
the
winding.
last third,
Okay.
of the glut era.
Yeah.
Makes
That's
sense.
fucking crazy, man.
That's
cool. It's cool to see like how all the brands and the distilleries are all changing hands. It's like the original OFC was Buffalo Trace, but then like Castle and Key is
Yeah.
like the new. It's just crazy how it just always goes round and robin.
I think Taylor. I mean, you look at this label. That's my mind as Taylor, right? So the yellow label. You have the tubes
Yeah.
now, and when I think of him, it's that big top hat. He wore the
yeah,
top
yeah.
hat on
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
So a little more info. Let's keep going.
Keep going.
1974. What's some things that happened in 1974? Anybody got some
Ooh.
guessses?
Watergate?
Let's see.
That's when this was bottled. What'd you say?
Watergate?
Damn, he's right.
Is it
buddy.
really?
He's right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say like my sister was born.
As a direct correlation to
That's all
Watergate.
I got.
Your
Yeah, that's
sister.
all I got.
That's right.
Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's home run record
Ooh.
in 1974.
Wow.
You know how much a gallon of milk was back then, Sam?
I'm going to go 59 cents.
I'm gonna go 60 cents.
You know, I was kind of thinking that too. They said $1.57.
Oh,
I feel like
way
that's
off.
expensive.
Well, that
right?
must have been over in Siesta Key where you were. Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Now, since this bottle came from a home, what do you think the average price of a home was in 1974?
Where?
Everywhere, the U.S.
So you want to do the average home price in the United
I'm
States?
making that shit up. I just
okay.
I think it's U.S.
Okay.
Quit making me put in the spot, man.
Don't make it so complicated. Let's see, 1974. I'm gonna go $38,000.
Okay, what are you thinking?
He's
Sam?
right. I was going to say 45.
Damn, y'all pretty good. 35,000. That's
Okay.
right in the
Oh,
ballpark.
yeah.
That's right in the ballpark. So, what do you think the top grossing movie of 1974 was? I will be impressed if any of you get this one.
I don't know much stuff. I don't know many movies from 74.
I know. I think that's the year Godfather Part 2 came out.
That is actually honorable mention.
Ooh.
But the
Godfather 2 came out in
Yeah,
74.
yeah. 74.
When did Godfather 1 come out?
Had to be.
72, I think. Pretty close.
Damn, we need
Really?
to get this guy on there more.
Apparently, yeah.
This guy knows stuff.
Where's the next trivia night? We need to bring him
We're
along.
going. We're going.
That is my secret skill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So top grossing movie, Blazing Saddles.
Oh,
nice.
crazy.
Wow.
Oh.
And then also in that is Young Frankenstein. Both Mel Brooks, right? Is that
Yeah,
who did
those
those? Yeah.
Mel Brooks.
Then you
That's
had
awesome.
Chinatown, which is what kind of made Jack Nicholson famous, right?
Right.
I actually don't know that movie.
What candy do you think first came out in 74, Matt?
Necco wafers.
Close. They're round.
Smarties? If it-
Close.
Oh.
Skittles.
Oh,
Skittles.
Really?
First released.
I felt like Skittles would have been more of a modern.
that feels like
invention.
a
I would have thought
90s
so
food
too.
Or something.
I would have thought like late 80s.
Yeah,
88.
that feels like an 80s.
I would have never got that.
That's
one.
like something like I
70s.
would have been like, hey, these came out on your birthday
Yeah, for sure.
in the 80s. Yeah.
So what game or toy was invented then? Very popular. Still,
In 74?
Still, I think popular. Maybe.
The game of Sorry.
Nope.
The game of
Not
Life.
a board game. Not a
Oh,
board
okay,
game.
not a board game.
The game of Monopoly.
Close.
The game of Hungry Hungry Hippos.
That's it. No,
I'm
it's
just gonna keep
a
going.
damn Rubik's cube. 74.
Really? That's a classic. That's
I agree.
that's a crazy.
I think
classic.
it's still fairly.
That's like
popular,
saying
right?
they're like
My
yo-yo.
son bought one like 3 months
Yeah.
ago.
Really?
So, yeah.
We used to have a neighbor. Well, I mean, I guess he's still there, but
He may be dead. I'm
We
not
still
sure.
have the neighbor.
He used to
He
hold
also-
the U.S. record, maybe world record. He was in the Guinness Book of World Records
For
the
quickest?
fastest.
Really?
I'm like,
Wow.
damn,
There's
that's
no
impressive.
way.
He
Man.
was. I swear he was.
Was this Lexington?
Lexington,
Oh.
right where we're at right now.
I was going to say, is somebody in like Jackson, Kentucky?
No.
Are they the fastest at the Rubik's Cube?
We had the fastest like meth production. Fastest to use food stamps to get damn pop, Mountain Dew, whatever. Shit.
There's a lot of different records in Breathitt County.
Actually, it's just those three. So.
That's all we got. That's all we got, Sam. So there's also a few more facts. You good if I read a few more?
Yeah.
All right, so this new author releases his first novel. What do you think the author is, or what's a book?
Say Stephen King.
Stephen King.
God damn, dude.
You're killing it. I'm gonna quit asking him.
Hold on.
That's
What,
right.
what was the book?
Oh, first one was it Carrie?
Carrie. Gosh damn.
All right.
Jesus.
Dude,
I'm not even
tearing it up.
I'm not even going to try
tearing
anymore.
it up.
Yeah.
What TV shows premiered in 74?
Sam?
Two,
All right, this one I might not be good at.
two that would like stand out. You would know the names
do you
if you
think?
said them.
All in the Family? Is that one of them?
Nope, it was not on there.
Bewitched.
I think it's 60s now.
Okay.
The 70s TV.
Laura was the title character in this one.
Oh, Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie.
Nice.
And then
Forgot all about that one. Oh, Happy Days?
the Fonz,
Oh,
baby.
okay.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
Also, terracotta warriors were found in China. I thought that was kind of interesting. You remember
Oh, I
those?
didn't know
Oh, the statues and
Yeah,
stuff like
they found
that.
those.
I didn't know it was that recent.
Joaquin
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Well, no, that's when they were discovered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They weren't built. Made in 1974.
1,000-year-old statues were built in 1974.
I think we saw some of these on display when we went to Chicago.
Yeah.
Maybe like that museum up
They
there.
take
I'm
some
pretty
of-
sure
some
they
of
had
them
some.
and move 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very cool to see them.
That is cool.
They were very short there, I remember. I think they were like maybe 5 foot. Or
Sounds like a
under.
racist
They're not-
joke.
No, I think it was how they're made. Be quiet. So famous people, or kind of famous people that were born. Joaquin Phoenix, 74.
Nice.
Rest in peace.
Rapper Nelly. Joaquin Phoenix is not dead. Shit, it's
River
Oh, I was
Phoenix.
thinking River Phoenix, yeah. Rest in peace, his brother.
That's killing him off.
I gotta make up
He
for
ain't dead yet,
how
but-
smart Sam is by being twice as dumb.
I got 2 more, now I'm done. So Dayquil was invented.
Oh.
And then also an alcoholic drink that you might mix with some stuff. What do you think that might be in 74?
Dayquil.
Not Dayquil. Not Dayquil.
Alcoholic drink. So it's like mixed drink?
Well, you might add to some things.
Oh.
You might drink this in the morning.
Oh, look. Oh, like Bailey's? Or
Bailey's.
Oh.
Bailey's.
God damn, dude! Really?
Sam's on fire.
Like, I don't even think you didn't know that. You just spurted that out.
I'm
And you
just
got it right.
Like, yeah.
You have to
Think it
get like
would be
those
around.
on fire when we edit this. Do the
There you
NBA
go.
jam.
Yeah, the
like
NBA
on
team
Sam's.
say, yeah, he's on fire. He's heating up.
That's all I got.
You got that was actually really fun.
great
You got
list.
any more?
I thought that was pretty fun. No, I ain't got shit else.
Every time we do an episode where there's a year involved,
I feel like we need to do that, right? Like that's
your
pretty
list.
fun. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Well, this is delicious.
This is great.
amazing.
So
Yeah.
would you
really
buy
good.
this, like what we say in the show, is it worth it or not? So would you buy this for $2?
Oh, yeah. $2 I'm in.
So in 74, we could get this.
Yeah.
We'd each have a half pint on us right
Yeah,
now.
let's go back to Jackson. I'll see how many food stamps I have if I can cover that. You know what's hilarious? You could probably buy this. Like, were food stamps even around back
Oh,
then?
yeah. I would say
I bet
so.
you there was like some sort of government funding that you could like buy stuff
sure.
because a lot of this was even like considered medicinal.
That's
right?
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I kid about it, but Jackson's, Breathitt County's poor. I mean, it's a poor county. And growing up, I remember like commodity products. So like we would have,
Right.
it would call it commodity cheese, commodity peanut
Yeah.
butter.
It's called government cheese.
That shit was fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even playing. Like that
Yeah.
cheese, it was a big ass block of cheese, not Velveeta. Like it's bigger than a loaf of bread, and like you
Yep.
had to get like that little cheese slicer with a little
Yes.
string across it.
Yeah.
That shit was
That is
awesome,
government
dude.
cheese,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Yep.
they call it commodity cheese, and then
Oh.
the peanut butter was a big like coffee can
Yeah.
of this like better than Jif shit. Like it was like natural peanut butter with a shit ton of sugar. you know?
Nice.
That's the best kind.
It was really good.
Oh,
Really
that's
good.
awesome.
Yeah, and we would actually. I think my grandpa actually bought like other people. Gave him a little
Secondary
cash for
market
that. Yeah.
for
It's like-
government commodities.
It's like being in fucking prison. You're like taking
dude,
like your
yeah.
free shit and like hawking it to other
I'll
people.
trade you
for favors.
three smokes. For
He's following around your grandpa, holding the inside of his
hell
pocket,
yeah.
holding,
Hell
like sucking
yeah.
a sucker, like leading him around.
it.
Oh my god,
The
that's
true
hilarious.
economy.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing this, dude. This is the
Yeah.
best episode
Yeah,
we've
man.
had in like a year.
we got one more question though. Would
Okay.
you buy this secondary for now? So half pint, roughly, let's say 130. Would you
Yeah.
consider buying?
I think that's what we paid. I think
About
you and I
that.
bought it, because we were trying to pay fairly.
We
I wasn't
were.
just
Yeah,
like,
we were
just,
being fair.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
worth $5. I'll take it from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, it is a fun one to try. So I would say yes, just for the like sheer interest.
100%. I would definitely.
Yeah.
be
I think
for
it's a yes for me too. I mean, just having that bottle the way it looks, like even
Yeah.
when it's empty, that's a nice bottle.
Still
It is
very
cool.
cool.
Very nice bottle. Fill that full of water and food coloring.
that. Resell it for 200.
That's right.
Yeah.
It'll be on Facebook tomorrow.